Dragon racing slash dragon riding has been one of the main features that Blizzard added into the game since Dragonflight, and even though I think it's a really cool feature, I also think that there are a few problems with it that really could be improved quite easily. So in this video, I don't want to just like complain about everything that's wrong with dragon racing and dragon riding, but actually try and find some potential solutions that Blizzard could use to really make this a great feature. So the first thing that's wrong with dragon racing, in my opinion, is the rewards. So currently for dragon racing, I think the rewards are like a few titles. There's a few transmog sets. There's a few Drake customizations. But there's nothing that really feels like worth it, that really feels unique and really feels rewarding for your effort. Because, getting all the dragon races up to gold is actually really hard. I've done it myself on a number of races, and it took me hours upon hours of trying and trying and trying. So I think that there should be like much better rewards. Maybe some things like unique dragon skins, like the ones that you get from raids and PvP, or just something that really feels like you can show off that you've done the dragon races. And there are the titles, right? That's a pretty cool thing. But I think the also the thing that's wrong with the titles is that it's usually like the name of the zone and then just racer, and I think that's pretty generic and it's pretty repetitive across all the titles that you can get. And I wish it was something a bit cooler, like, I don't know, Master of the Skies, or something that really makes you feel like your effort was worth it. So that's, I think, overall, like the rewards is really something that we could have a lot more of, and that would also incentivize a lot more players to actually try and do dragon races as well. The next thing that I think Blizzard could improve is for the temporary dragon races. So currently we have like um, every month or so, maybe every 2 months, there's often like a 2 week event where you can do dragon races in other zones like Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, Northrend, Outlands, all that stuff. And it is really fun. It's really fun to also see like all the players at one spot, trying and trying and trying. But honestly, I feel like Blizzard should make these a lot more frequent, because currently, like, if you want to do, let's say, the Kalimdor races, I think you only get 1 or 2 2 week periods a year or something like that. Like, it's way too spaced out in my opinion. And I think that it should be more like time walking, maybe, where it does happen like pretty often. And if that makes it like less valuable to actually complete them because they happen a lot more of the time, maybe Blizzard could add like some sorts of affixes every time. Maybe on one time, you can't regenerate any vigor. Maybe another time it could be where your Drake goes much faster, but that also means that you have higher chances of getting stuck. No, actually, that sounds really terrible. Just scrap that. But you get my point. And so I think that overall, that would make like these dragon racing events a lot cooler and more exciting as well. So far I've mentioned the rewards and the dragon racing events, but I also think the multiplayer aspect of dragon races could be improved. So, in case you didn't know, there is already like a multiplayer function to Dragon Races, but it actually works in a really weird way. So, every now and then you'll see that there's a spot where you can find a multiplayer Dragon Race, but you actually need a certain amount of players to kind of sign up for it to start. And I've been in, a few of those multiplayer Dragon Races, but I've never had a chance to actually start one because there was never enough people that would sign up. So I think that the multiplayer aspect of Dragon Races could be like a really fun thing if Blizzard would, change how this works. I think some cool ideas are having a queue like a random dungeon finder, except for Dragon Races, where you get matched up against other people in any of the Dragon Races in like kind of any difficulty. I think that would be really fun. And it also means that maybe Blizzard could add some rewards if you can win. There could also be something like a scoreboard where whoever gets the best timer could get some sort of a reward. I think that would also get a lot of people to actually try dragon races a lot more, because I know that there's a lot of people who were interested in dragon racing at the beginning of the expansion, and then they just kind of lost interest into it. So I think that having more things like that to incentivize players to try it out could be a really cool thing. And so that free thing is that Blizzard could, I think, pretty easily do, and that would really allow dragon racing to be something that's really much cooler. It's also important to make dragon racing something that lasts. Unlike some of the other expansion features we've had in the past. But I think, with the fact that they're keeping dragon raiding, I mean, in the War Within, I think that's really cool. And it's really good that Blizzard is making systems that actually last and aren't just here for a single expansion. And just one last thing that I was kind of more wondering rather than I knew is dragon racing too complicated? Because on one side, it's actually really really hard to get the gold medals, and you have to use like all sorts of like camera flicking tricks, and I think that can feel pretty overwhelming for someone kind of new trying to get to that point where they can complete everything, maybe for the achievements and all that stuff. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense that like a gold medal would be something that's hard to get, because now if you want to get the gold medal for like these really advanced races where you have no vigor regeneration and all that sort of stuff, you have to use like these camera flicking tricks, and you need to get the timing of everything perfectly right. It is really hard. But should it be this hard? Because on one side, dragon racing is kind of a casual thing, right? Like you get achievements and cosmetics from it. It's not like mythic raiding where, that it kind of makes sense that it would be really hard. So, let me know what you think. Do you think that, dragon racing should be a bit easier for newer players to get into? Or should it just stay as it is, with gold medals being like a really hard thing to get? I'd be really interested in seeing actually what other people think about this. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you have something interesting to say in the comments. And overall, I think that dragon racing is a great thing that Blizzard have added to the game. But I just hope that they can implement some of the things that I mentioned here to make it extra better, and make it a really cool part of the game. Thank you for watching.